The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU Nsukka Zone, has stated that it is not sharing in the joy of the 1 year in office of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu due to the administration's unfulfilled promises. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are the top 10 stories. Muhammadu Sanusi II has received his appointment letter as the Emir of Kano just about a day after he was reinstated to the position. Governor Abba Yusuf, traditional rulers, kingmakers and other dignitaries attended the event at the Art Chamber of the Kano State Government House on Friday. Governor Yusuf reinstated him right following the signing of the Kano State Emirate Council Repeal Bill 2024 into law. He was reinstated to the throne 4 years after he was deposed by the government of former governor of the state, Abdullahi Ganduje. The new law replaces the Kano State Emirates Council Law 2019 and dissolves the Emirates Councils created by Ganduje. At number 2, the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, says Nigeria's gross domestic product grew by 2.98% in the first quarter of 2024. In its latest report, the Bureau put the nation's current growth rate at 2.98%, saying the growth rate is higher than the 2.31% recorded in the same quarter in 2023, but lower than the 3.46% recorded in the fourth quarter of 2023. At number 3, the Imo State Governorship Elections Petitions Tribunal Friday affirmed the election of Hope Uzodimma as Imo State Governor. The tribunal, which gave its ruling in Abuja, also dismissed the petition of the Labour Party and its governorship candidate, Hassan Achono. In a unanimous judgment delivered by Justice Oluyemi Akinson-Osadebe, the 3-man panel of the tribunal held that Uzodimma's election as Imo State Governor complied substantially with the provisions of the Electoral Act. The tribunal further held that the Labour Party, in its petition, failed to prove the allegation of overvoting and non-compliance to the Electoral Act. At number 4, troops of the Nigerian Army have arrested suspected informants and kidnappers in Abuja and Oyo, respectively. According to the statement released by the Nigerian Army on Friday, the Army raided a suspected kidnappers' hideout in Ajigunle Papi, targeting a notorious informant known for harboring kidnappers, and apprehended an informant, Ashiru Muhammad, with 2 female accomplices, Raham Abubakar and Sadia Muhammad. Similarly, troops acting on an alert about a kidnap syndicate operating around the Shekpeteri in the Shaki area of Oyo State conducted a stop-and-search operation along the Igboho-Igbeti Road in Igbeti local government area and intercepted a suspected kidnapper, Usman Muhammad Aliu, who was found in possession of 400,000 naira. Aliu confessed to being involved in cattle rustling and kidnapping. The suspects will be handed over to appropriate prosecuting agencies after investigations. At number 5, the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Muhammad Pate, says the enrollment quota in medical, nursing and other health professional schools has been increased from 28,000 naira to 64,000 naira yearly. Professor Pate said this at the sectoral ministerial press briefing to mark the first anniversary of President Bola Tinubu in office in Abuja. Over the years, health workers in the country have moved to other countries to practice, and experts say the recent increase in immigration is worrisome. They identify the push factors such as inadequate equipment, worsening insecurity, poor working conditions, and poor salary structure. At number 6, the Kogi State Police Command has rescued 5 victims kidnapped earlier at the Aresware area of Ajaokuta, Kogi Central. They were said to have been rescued in Adogo Forest near Ajaokuta by a team led by SP Yusuf Hansi in collaboration with local vigilantes. In a statement issued in early hours of Friday, the State Police Public Relations Officer, SP William Aya, stated that the victims were kidnapped on the 17th of May 2024 while in transit along the Ajaokuta-Adogo Road. The Kogi police says while combing the forest, the police came into contact with the kidnappers and suppressed them with superior firepower, leading to the rescue of the 5. At number 7, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, Nsukka Zone, has stated that it is not sharing in the joy of the 1 year in office of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu due to the administration's unfulfilled promises. Addressing journalists Friday at the Benue State University, Makurdi, the zonal coordinator, Raphael Amokaha, who decried the insensitivity of successive administrations in meeting the renegotiation of the 2009 federal government and ASUU agreement, said their expectations were much higher than the present reality. Some of the unfulfilled agreements, according to Amokaha, include poor funding of the nation's universities, breach of university autonomy, particularly in the Integrated Personnel Payment Information System, IPIS, the non-payment of earned academic allowances, and the 4-month salaries withheld. At number 8, the International Court of Justice, ICJ, Friday ordered Israel to cease its military offensive in Rafah in the south of the Gaza Strip, citing concerns over the safety of Palestinian civilians. The court noted the conditions in Rafah had deteriorated further since the ICJ's last ruling in March, and the provisional measures that the ICJ instructed at the time no longer cover current circumstances. Friday's decision marks the third time this year the 15-judge panel has issued preliminary orders seeking to rein in the death toll and alleviate humanitarian suffering in Gaza. While orders are legally binding, the court has no place to enforce them. Hamas welcomed the World Court's ruling, calling on the UN to intercede with pressure on Israel to comply with the pronouncement. At number 9, a massive landslide has struck Papua New Guinea's highlands, local officials and aid groups said, with dozens believed to have been killed. The disaster hits Kwakalam village in Papua New Guinea's Enga province, about 600 kilometers northwest of the South Pacific Islands, nation's capital of Port Moresby, at about 3 a.m. local time on Friday. According to reports from the Australian Broadcasting Corps, ABC, and local media, about 100 people are believed to have been killed, but authorities have not confirmed this figure. Enga's provincial governor, Peter Ipatas, said at least 6 villages had been affected. Prime Minister James Marape said in a statement that he was yet to be fully briefed on the situation, but assured that relevant authorities are working diligently to address the disaster. And at number 10, Barcelona have sacked manager Xavi Hernandez with former Bayern Munich boss Hansi Flick set to replace him. Xavi will take charge of Barcelona for the final time on Sunday when they host Sevilla in their last La Liga match of the season. The 44-year-old, who had been contracted until 2025, was informed of the club's decision during a meeting with club president Joan Laporta and sporting director Deco on Friday, exactly 1 month since it had been announced that he would remain at the club. Former Spain midfielder Xavi announced in January that he would leave the Camp Nou, but he was persuaded to stay by Laporta in April. But recent comments from Xavi, in which he opened up about the club's financial struggles, are said to have angered Laporta. And that's it on what's happening. Thanks for watching.